show you've all been waiting for. Only on jrootradio.com. Tens of thousands of listeners. Bringing you the very best in Jewish music. Leil Shishi with Yoeli. And here's your host, Yoeli Carr.
And good evening and welcome everybody to another great edition of Leil Shishi with Yoeli. My name is Yoeli Carr. Tonight we have an exciting show for you.
You want to tell everybody now? Or
We're going to tell them now because we want
now.
everybody that's listening to us right now should reach out to everybody, because if you are a Yitzy Bold fan or a New York Boys Choir fan, you do not want to miss tonight's show because Yitzy Bold will be live in studio later on in the show. And I believe some of the members of the choir are going to be joining us. Some members of the New York Boys Choir are going to be joining us as well to talk about the brand new CD, Min Again. Can't wait to talk to Yitzy. Yitzy's always has a lot of excitement when he's here. Actually, if I believe correct, this is probably, I believe, is going to be the fourth time Yitzy's on Leil Shishi.
The last time was he
but
here?
It's only the second time he's here live in studio, which we'll explain a little later.
When
Anyway,
was the last time he was here?
Was by the by MIRACA
Hanukkah. Just wanted to
live music.
Very good.
Anyway, so we're very excited. Yitzy Bold coming out, but we do have the latest and greatest in Jewish music. The one and only Tzvi Silberstein released his next album entitled Yale. Now this is so mega because you know what? It's not just produced by the mega producer Donnie Gross. He brought Yitzy Waldner on as a co-producer.
Wow.
So Tzvi Silberstein's album entitled Yale, and guess what? We have the first track, which is the title track, Yale, debuting for you here on Leil Shishi with Yoeli, jrootradio.com.
Chinu Hashem Elokeinu Boi boi l'toiva U'pogdeinu boi livracha Boi boi livracha Chinu Hashem Elokeinu Boi boi l'toiva U'pogdeinu boi livracha Boi boi livracha V'hashiyenu boi l'chayim toivim V'hashiyenu boi l'chayim toivim Yale 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 v'yavo Yale yale v'yavo V'yagia Yale 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 v'yavo Yale yale v'yavo V'yagia Hashem Elokeinu Boi boi l'toiva U'fogdeinu boi livracha Boi boi livracha Zechinu Hashem Elokeinu Boi boi l'toiva U'fogdeinu boi livracha Boi boi livracha
Yale, brand new from Tzvi Silverstein. It's brand new Tzvi Silverstein. That is the title track of his new CD entitled Yale. And hopefully we'll get them in the studio.
I mean, do you think it's possible to pull off Tzvi, Yitzy, and Danny?
Tzvi, Yitzy, and that. Well, Yitzy will definitely call in. We always get him to call in on any of his productions.
And Danny will come also.
Yeah, I hope so.
Unless he will bring
I'm just telling you that there's a very good chance. I'm not promising. There's a very good chance that next week Yossi Green will be here. I'm not promising it, but there's a good chance that Yossi Green will be here talking about leil shishi. on leil shishi. So again, we been trying a few weeks and he wasn't available, and
that would be very.
So again, it's not confirmed.
No,
but and if he's here, hopefully we'll have Shlomo Simcha call in from Toronto to talk about that. But again, it's not a guarantee, and if we could make that happen, that would be amazing. And I think this is, we're really setting a track of having. This is the 5th week in a row we have an incredible guest.
No, that's unbelievable.
Right? 5th week in a row, so we're very excited. Baruch
It was
Hashem.
dry summer.
That's right. Yeah, the summer.
Because it all heats up because everybody wants to be number one for our countdown for 2017.
100%. Yeah, the summer, but yeah, we have to talk about the summer. Gearing up for another great summer.
We have some news to tell everybody.
It's not news. Why would it be? It's not like last year when we broke news.
No, last year was really.
Yeah, last year was really. Anyway, but before we get into that,
to the news,
we want to
have a word from our
words from our good friends at PAL.
Me and my pal say everything is fine, say everything is fine, say everything's alright. Got myself a brand new car at Plaza, all leasing. Me and my pal say everything is fine, say everything is fine, say everything's alright. Get yourself a brand new car at Plaza, all leasing.
Visit us at 2750 Northwood Avenue in Brooklyn, or call us at 718-975-9000.
718-975-9000. When you stop by or call, make sure to say hello to A.B. or Ellie. And of course, tell them you heard about them where? Right here on Leil Shishi with Yoeli. Are you a pal yet?
Certain people have a custom today to eat, certain people eat certain types of foods tonight. But
what type of foods?
Some people have the custom to eat turkey today.
Okay.
But for those
why they eat turkey?
Because they want to give thanks.
They want. What is turkey in Hebrew?
Odu.
Hodu. So therefore they want to
Hodu
give
Lashem
Hodu Lashem Kitov.
There's nothing wrong with eating turkey.
There is.
No, there isn't.
No.
I'll show you according to a certain Pesach.
Okay.
I used to live.
Should we tell Yitzy to stay home and get into a heated discussion?
I don't have to heated discussion.
I go, this will be just as heated as visiting day.
It's a religious holiday. I'll show you.
It's not a religious holiday.
Okay.
I'll show it to you. I could show you too that if you look in the encyclopedia, Thanksgiving originally, not now. Now it turned into Black Friday. If you look it up, Google it, see if it's a religious holiday.
Anyway,
anyway, understand.
I'll show it to you.
Okay.
Anyway, so as you were saying, so some people...
But forget about turkey. If you want cholent, where do you go to our dear friends at? Not. For the best
everything's out of control tonight because we have to give
the
thanks
best
to
barbecue
Radio.
grill restaurant, American and Mexican, Israeli. Go to our dear friends at Nash Express, 2817 Nostrand Avenue, 718-677.
3600.
718-677-3600. Go in there for some cholent on Erev Shabbos. Yeah. Or if you want to take your Rebbitzin out, or you want to take your husband out, or you want to take your kids out, go to...
Or if you just want to go out yourself.
Right, you want to go yourself. You want to have a geschmacka, delicious dinner. You want something for Shabbos, go to our dear friends at Nash Express, 718-677-3600. We want to give thanks...
Thanks.
To Sharon,
Naim,
Rafi and Ilana.
Naim.
Especially want to say thank you to Avi and Chico for Thanksgiving. As I state.
Thanksgiving from Nash Express.
From our dear friends at Nash
And
Express.
Luigi. Luigi.
Where would we go without Luigi?
Where would we go without Luigi? Anyway. So that is the story with
Nash Express.
Nash Express.
Which, of course, we give a shout out to.
Yeah, who did we give a
You
shout
know
out
that
to?
New York Boys Choir was performing in Nash Express.
New York Boys Choir performed the Nash Express. We're going to have to find out. We're going to have to ask Yitzy Bold about this.
Now we're talking.
Why wasn't I invited? So around the corner from my house.
You was upstate.
Oh, it was in the summer?
Summer, yeah.
Oh, I had no idea. We're going to have to ask Yitzy
Yeah,
about
because
this.
Rabbi Bold is usually upstate also in the summer.
we're gonna find
We'll
out.
find out everything when Rabbi Bold comes in.
Yitzy Bold coming in a few minutes. There was something I'm looking up here. I have to find it. Okay. Anyway, I just wanted to mention that obviously we try to get everybody in a good mood and put everybody in good spirits here on a Erev Shabbos, on a leil shishi on a Thursday night. But we can't. We would be remiss if we wouldn't mention two gedolim, one from Eretz Yisrael and one here in America, that need our tefillas and need Rachmei Shemayim. And you know what? They need the Rachmei Shemayim, but we need the Rachmei Shemayim too, because we need them in this generation. And obviously, you all know I'm talking about Rav Steinman Shlita, Aaron Yehuda Leib, Ben Gittel Fegel for Shlema, and the Vizhnitzer Rebbe from Muncie, Harav Mordechai ben Margolia. Both of them should have a refuah shalema, b'soich shachel Yisrael. And actually, whenever I think of refuah shalema, there's one song that actually, if you stop and think, and they sing it with such hearts and such gefühl, everybody should stop for a moment, maybe either sing along or say a couple of Tehillim while this song is playing for Harav Aaron Yehuda Leib ben Gittel Fege and for Harav Mordechai ben Margolia should both have refuah shalema. Here is Yaakov Shweki and Baruch Levine refuah.
Avinu Malkeinu Shelach Refuah Shleima Refuah Sanefesh Refuah Saguf L'choyle Yamecho Malkeinu Shlach Refuah Shleima Refuah Sanefesh Refuah Saguf L'choyle Yamecho Avinu Malkeinu Shelach Refuah Shleima הנפש רפואת הגוף לכוילי עמךו אבינו מלכנו ישלמו רפואה שלנו רפואת הנפש רפואת הגוף לכוילי עמךו I can't hide the fun לכוילי עמךו
Refuah Shalema. As we mentioned before, we are davening for Refuah Shalema for Rav Steinman, Aaron Yudalei Ben Gittel, Fega, and for the Vishnitzer Rebbe from Muncie, Rav Mordechai Ben Margulia. Both of them should have Refuah Shalema because our generation needs Gedei.
Amen, amen.
Anyway, we started getting into a heated conversation before Thanksgiving. I'm not getting into it, whether it's we got into it, and now we know. I think the listeners know your opinion and my opinion.
It's not my.
It is your opinion.
No. There's yesh v'yesh. I spoke to Nisim up there. There are certain who. Okay.
Yeah, listen, but
certain poskim and
certain poskim hold yes, and certain
yeah.
poskim hold no.
And
It's not my opinion because I'm not. What are we? Right.
Yeah.
The person has this because if there are rabbanim who hold. Yes,
I think if you make a feast on December 25th, you might have a problem. That's
Correct.
a real, all over the world they're celebrating a holiday. This is only in America. Thanksgiving is an American holiday. It's not a religious holiday. And if it's a religious holiday, why aren't they celebrating it anywhere in the world? Just in America.
You have to know, is it a religious holiday or not? When they were miyasid it, what was their reasons behind it?
Well,
And even though now it is, but if you look in the encyclopedia, you're saying, what do you mean, you can't say
at the end of the day, we have to give thanks to Rabban Shalom every day of the year.
Right. So that's
But you know, there's this thing there's this thing there's this thing tomorrow. Everybody gets up tonight and Black Friday, and everybody goes
That's what
shopping
Thanksgiving has turned into.
Yeah, listen, that's what Thanksgiving. Somebody had a great line. It's amazing how everybody pushes and shoves. I'm paraphrasing now. Everybody pushes and shoves for things that they didn't know they needed, but because it was on sale, they go get it. A day after saying thank you for everything that they have.
Can I tell you a good line from? Can I tell you
That's a good one.
tell you from Rabbi Miller?
Yeah.
When you see a store that says 50% off, continue walking and you save 100%.
Yeah.
No, well, if you need the thing,
We're not saying if you need the
if you're
thing, of
looking
course.
for something.
Yeah, Vada, that's what you're saying. If you look for things that you didn't need. If you definitely need something, it's a great time because there's this tremendous sales.
Tremendous sales,
But
right?
be careful because you might end up buying
Listen, there are
things.
people making simchas and they're looking for certain things.
Then Avada, right.
So you get it now for
You need
half price.
matanas for Hanukkah.
You know, definitely is a good time to
Spend money.
spend money and hopefully save money.
Right.
Right. It's like somebody said, he came into school saying he just saved $275 because he chased the bus the whole way to school. His father told him you could have saved $10 if you'd have chased the cab. You know? Anyway, but we're talking about Black Friday. There's a singer. I think he's a singer, but his name is Elimelech Fisher. He put out a little thing. It's a Musa Haskell from Black Friday.
Okay.
Let's take a listen to it.
Black Friday,
Start it again, because you missed it. You have to hear the whole thing. This is started again.
It's in Yiddish.
Yeah, it's in Yiddish. Start again.
Kick nicht auf kein Schimmenies. Auf viele, die durchstellt sich zieh. Auf sie bleiben ganz leicht shishi. Sitzen in Traffic ist nicht gering. Sich drehen in sichern Parking. In der Außen von Geschäft kein noch Stein. Find du bist kein Nazi allein. Die Zeit kommt, jeder dit laufen. Wie mehr mit sie ist, an sie kaufen. Kaka pain in the neck, aber der Tug läuft da weg. Da verrachappen, weg in Säck. Die jedele tracht daran, zu oben noch der kurzes Mann. Das Joines and Challenges verhaan. Gap mit sie ist in der Saat. Stak de groene Sach, der Woche, zaan viel mehr ach. Ayo im Kutzar, am Luchu meripu. Gedenk yash koine, oi lo moi beshu.
Yep. Did you understand that though?
Very good.
Yeah, what was the Musa Haskell, he said? Putting
Okay.
on the spot.
He goes, you get stuck in traffic.
No, but, so he's making froisig, but then he says that they're running and running. The time is short, and now Yom
Right,
Kippur, Nachum Ruba, and they're looking and running to Chap Metzias because there's only one day to Chap the Metzias, right? Says that's the way we should look at our Yiddishkeit. Constantly be chapping more. The day is short, and go
Because we don't know how long.
That's right. So see, you could learn.
Usually
a lesson.
Black Friday is one of the shortest Fridays of the year.
It is. You could learn. You could learn a lesson
From Yed to
from
Zach.
everybody.
Right. Everyone and everything.
From everybody and
There's a
everything.
musser and everything.
100%.
Depends the angle you take to look at it.
That's right.
But very nice.
Elimelech Fisher.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. For putting a smile here on our faces.
On the
On the
Shishi.
Shishi with Yerli. You know what we're going to do?
What are we going to do?
We are right now going to play the opening title track
Of
the New York Boys Choir, Minagin.
Whoa! And
then we're getting ready because I believe that Yitzy Bald is here with a couple of members of the choir. There might even be some live music here tonight. So you have it in Nissim? Minagin from the New York Boys Choir. It'll be the first track of the... It doesn't even have it there.
Someone give me the CD to put in.
Where is Minagin? It's in the...
Number one.
The first song, Minagin. And that's good. Is that the...
Okay.
Oh, he has it. Nissim
Okay,
has it,
yes.
of course. Here is the brand new title track. Minagin from the New York Boys Choir. A Yitzy production. Coming up live in studio, Yitzy Bald and a few members of the New York Boys Choir.
Again,
And again, brand new title track from the New York Boys Choir, a Yitzy Bold production. And we're very, very excited to welcome the one and only. And you know what? The fact that he's here brings back so many memories of such amazing, great Jewish music, Jewish songs that Yitzy Bold is responsible. And this is exciting when he's here. Yitzy Bold, welcome back to Leil Shishi with Yaeli. How are you?
Oh, Yaeli, man, I've missed you since the last time. I can't even remember. Like, we did so many things together.
So I was just saying, this is, I believe, the fourth time that you're on the show. However, it's the second time you're in studio.
That's right.
Because the last two times you were on Leil Shishi was live in Camp Aguda. And then the time before that, which was the first time you were here, was by Miracle. How many years ago was that?
Miracle was, I think, 2014, 2013.
2000. So that, and you came and you did live music then. We did a whole, it was Hanukkah, actually Thursday night Hanukkah.
That's right.
And we did an entire live repertoire of Yitzy Bold classics. But tonight, at that point, it wasn't a new album, it was just a single. So we spoke about the single, we spoke about what the New York Boys Choir is all about.
Correct.
And we did Yitzy Bold classics. Tonight, it's about, obviously, again. And I know that you brought some representatives, but they're just representatives of really, all the choir members. So we're going to get to them in a few minutes.
Sure.
But let's just backtrack a minute. The original New York Boys Choir, the one with the big apple in the middle, was how many years ago? When did this start?
That came out in 2011.
Wow.
We started the choir at the end of 2008.
Really?
And we practiced for a bunch of years until we were really feeling like we're going to get those shows down pat, and we're going to get that album down pat. I worked together with Nochi Kron on the first album.
Right.
It was unbelievable. Unbelievable, the efforts that were put into that album. So much fun. It was a learning experience.
100%.
This was the first choir album that I was putting out and Nochi Kron was putting out.
Right. Well, you've produced many albums over the years.
But never a choir album.
You were responsible for many. I mean, Israeli Williger, Mendy Wald, Shlomi Dax, David Gabey's debut album. Pruz. So you were involved in many productions, but this was your own stuff, your own, and dealing with the kids, which made it into a whole new ball.
Whole new dimension. Yeah, so I was working with choirs for many years in Camp Aguda. We had these major productions, especially the cantatas.
Right.
Rabbi Shimon Finkelman wrote the most amazing plays, and I would work together with him on the music and the singing for the.
So you've been listening.
So I've been doing choirs for a while, and then eventually I decided.
Well,
that...
I remember just being a dream with your guitar in the Tervadas dorm.
Oh yeah. One of the songs on the first album, called "Riding the Waves," was actually written in the dorm.
Oh yeah.
There was a young gentleman. I can't mention his name, but he was very sad, and he was having a rough time. He actually eventually became an MC, not you. No, I'm not talking about you.
Okay, and nervous because I don't remember. I remember those moments in the dorm. If I remember correctly, I mean, some of the, unless you were just, it wasn't composed there, but you were just like teaching us because we were going to be in the choir. Or I remember Tata being sung up there, and Pia Pascha. These were songs that I don't know if they were composed there or you were just singing them there.
We are in Camp Aguda.
No, in the Tarvadas dorm.
In the Tarvadas, yeah. Some of them were composed in the
dorm,
Tarvadas
right.
dorm.
Wow.
Absolutely. So one of these.
You sing on the New York Boys Choir.
So one of these MCs of the different shows. He was in the dormitory, and I wrote a song for him called "Riding the Waves," the ups and downs of life.
There you go.
My mother-in-law, Leah Shalom, said, Yitzy, I think you should put this out for the whole world, this type of song. It's not only about being Jewish. It's like the ups and downs of life,
100%.
Maybe you'll make your millions there.
There might be more money there than in the Jewish music market if people, but you know what? I'm just going to mention, as the listeners know, when we promote great Jewish music, the idea is we want people to go out and buy it, buy the hard copies, download it legally, Nigga Music, right? Is that...
Well, some of them are
Aderet Music. This one's Aderet Music.
Well, both I had a great experience with.
Right.
They both function differently.
Right. I'm saying is that my point is go to mostlymusic.com, download it legally, buy the albums. It's great music.
I am not a rich guy, and I buy every single album that I listen to because I truly understand what it means that the
100%.
person puts so much effort, time, and money in a
100%.
smaller market. You know, you're dealing with a big loss of money.
Now, all the songs on this album. I mean, so that was 2013. When
2011 was when the first New York Boys
album,
Choir.
and then the sequel was when?
The sequel came out in 2014.
2014.
I got such an amazing email today.
Okay.
There's a song on the sequel called "Show Your Face."
Okay.
This is an incredible email. I have to read this to you. It comes from one of the survivors of the Har Nof massacre.
Oh wow.
He sent it to me today. This is about the fifth song. I think it's the fifth song on the album. On the sequel.
Show Your
Face. Asking Hashem to finally show His face after all these thousands of years of suffering under many different difficulties of the Jewish people.
Wow.
He writes here, "Dear Rabbi Bald, the first New York Boys Choir disc I heard is the sequel, and I really like it. I was listening to it, and when I got to the fifth song, at first I thought it's about Hanukkah. When I opened up the disc insert, I saw that this was much closer to home than that. That night, I went with my wife to Berman's Bakery on Bet Hatfus Street to buy baked danishes and cakes for the pre-Purim party here in her gan. All of a sudden, we heard tons of sirens, and it was announced that right down the block, there was a shooting. It wasn't clear if the terrorist was on the loose, and being so close, we didn't know whether to run home to Har Nof or to stay put. Very soon after that, we heard all the details as you described in your song, because I was actually a couple of blocks away when the attack happened.
Wow.
Ran to the building, saw the thousands of people, ambulances, fire engines, everything, the army, everybody was there, and I saw the whole behala of this whole situation, and I was so hurt. I wrote the song, Show Your Face.
Show Your Face. Wow.
He says that what happened is that the same year on November 14th, I was attacked in the shul by the Har Nof massacre. The same year I put out this song. Baruch Hashem, through multiple miracles, my son and I were amongst the survivors, and I started my recovery process. This week we commemorated the third year since the attack with Adat Hashem for all the Nisim. And he says here, if you're planning on making a song about the attack of 2014, I'd be happy to fill in any details. Thank you so much for your great and meaningful music. Keep up the great work. Looking forward to hearing from you. Shmuel Goldstein, the very famous survivor. He's all over the internet showing videos about what happened. And he was touched by this song.
Show Your Face.
It's unbelievable. You never know where a song goes.
You should just know, I asked that question to many singers and artists here in the. So is there a song that, and they have a hard time saying it, and I'm happy that you're able to relate it, because that is really what the power of music is all about. And I know we see these young, beautiful children here that are part of the choir, and it's a great experience for them, which we're going to get into in a few minutes. But I don't think they realize what the power of music really has. When we were kids and we were singing, and even when you were starting and you were jamming in the dorm, I don't think both of us envisioned where music could take you, and what music how it can impact other people.
I can tell you obviously not on the air.
we got to get to the album.
Yeah, so many stories about people telling me this song, "Smile Again" from Mendy Wald.
Right. Oh, that was.
How many people called me after that song?
I know we're gonna not to go back, but I mean, Moshe shares that's all with Tata, right?
Yeah, I mean,
that just
one song after the next, you hear the stories. So I'm very grateful that Baruch Hashem I had the opportunity to start this choir, and through the purity of children's voices, bring 100%. Out some amazing messages through this stuff.
So then, at what point? Okay, so Baruch Hashem, 2 great successful albums,
lots of shows, lots of music videos.
Right, 100%. Now, a lot of your themed music videos are Hanukkah and Purim. That's what
I do it on purpose.
You do it on purpose.
Because I know that a lot of people watch seasonal type of music videos. Other music videos, you don't know where it's going to go, but seasonal.
That means a miracle people are going to watch now coming up in a few weeks.
Even though it came out a few years ago.
Because if they search for Hanukkah,
right.
and
I find it comes up again and
That's
again.
Interesting.
And a lot of people, you get a lot of groundwork from that. A lot of people get to hear those songs again and again, and the kids who were in the choir years ago get to see themselves again and again. It's a continuous type of good
It's
good
funny
feeling.
to see the kids in the choir that were on those videos 5 years ago.
I know.
Now they Baruch Hashem
Yeah.
steigen in yeshiva.
Unbelievable. Yes, we talked about one of them off the air.
Yeah, 100%.
Unbelievable.
But so
Yeah.
so
And then we went to Menagin, where this is our third album, 2017, Baruch Hashem, 16 songs.
I'm going to say you're cheating a little bit there because a few of them are songs that were released as music videos in the past over the years.
So it's 12 songs.
12 brand new songs that you haven't heard yet.
And for, well, some people didn't see the music videos. But you're
Right. Same, but those were out there, you know. But this is on a hard copy. It's funny.
Right.
When Avram Fried was here with Yadati, Rabbanu Olamim, I asked him, why do you have to? It was world known already. He goes, I didn't have a sipuk with the song till it was on a hard copy. That's what Avram said. That's what he said.
Unbelievable.
I asked him, he was sitting right here in this room. I said, why did you have? He says, I didn't feel the. These songs had to be on an album. But you didn't cut corners. You still gave 12 other songs.
No, Baruch Hashem, really. Worked with the most amazing arrangers, Danny Gross and Aryeh Kunstler. Each one brought to the table some
Now,
really,
all
really
these
good
songs
stuff.
are Yitzy Bold compositions.
Yeah.
That's also how many? I mean, how do you? Again, we're gonna go from a different angle than usually. Because usually, if I have a singer sitting here, they're taking songs from multiple people. It's not like the old days where one composer arranged the whole album. I mean, arranged or composed the whole album. You know, years ago, Avram Fried had one composer for the whole album.
Right.
They all had one composer. But today, this is unique to have one composer, and especially if it's your songs. Sometimes you might get attached to a song and say, but really it didn't blow. But they're all great hits.
No,
How is that process in your case to choosing, 12?
I bounce it off other people.
Oh, you do?
All the time. I mean, right now, was his New York Boys Choir Volume 1. I was playing by his brother's bar mitzvah. And they gave out a CD at the bar mitzvah for the bar mitzvah, and I heard the background vocals, and I said, "That's really cool. Those vocals sound amazing." And I found out it was Donnie. He was a young guy,
Yeah, sure.
and he wasn't involved in the music business. And I said, "Donnie," I called him up. I said, "Donnie, you're doing my vocals, background harmony vocals for the adults on my first New York Boys Choir album."
He did. He was.
He did all of it.
Oh, really?
He did. I mean, he was in my basement a lot, in the basement studio there.
But he
did
wasn't
some at
doing
home.
musical arrangements then. It was just.
No, it's just pure vocal arrangements.
He's doing crazy
And
stuff.
So you got him started?
So, but Baruch Hashem, definitely a big influence, on that.
Listen,
and
wow.
after that, he started making da cappella albums and he
now
got involved
he's-
in the whole music.
I mean, he's involved. I mean, in so many productions these days. It's incredible.
Yeah. So, and Aryeh Kunstler, amazing stuff on that.
Because amazing.
He did all the guitars, all the arrangements.
Do you play your own albums, or you didn't?
Yeah, I do some of the synths, some of the pianos, sure.
You do.
Bass lines, different things.
But the bass arrangements is yours, or you?
A lot of the arrangements when I sit down with them, because I'm heavily involved musically also. But at the end of the day, they put it together. They get all the musicians, and they're finding the studios where they want to record different things. So it was really a lot of fun. It was such an amazing process, this Menagin album.
By the way, tonight's interview is going to be different than usual. Because usually we delve into every song. This Kanina Horror, so many songs, and we have them. We have to get to them. And people don't believe me. There's going to be live music. You want to let people... I don't hear it in here. So there's going to be live music here coming up with some members of the New York Boys Choir.
I'm waiting.
So we're very excited about that. So we're not going to actually be able to get into every song here.
100%.
But... but let's introduce who our other guests are.
We have.
So you guys are gonna have to move in close to the microphone, or either move your chairs closer or stand up. I know you to be able to. So we're gonna start. We're gonna start with.
We'll start with
you. But go into the mic. Come close to the mic. Here we go. Let's Shalom Aleichem. What's your name?
Meir Richter.
Meir Richter. I'm just writing it so I can refer back to you, not have to go back to you in the middle. What's your name again? So Meir Richter. And in the middle, what's your name?
Binyamin Gitnik.
Binyamin Gitnik, and you are?
Tzvi Erman.
Tzvi Erman. Tzvi, okay.
Tzvi Yehuda Erman.
So, Yitzy, But
He's looking at the booklet.
The booklet.
Pages of drumming.
Wait a minute. How many drummers do you have on this album?
Unbelievable.
You always
Look,
go.
they have their own page.
By the way, the
This
first
is very unique.
Wait a second. The first page. How many choir members are there, or it's all the choir members over the years?
See, I want to tell you something.
Because,
I'm
I mean-
a big believer in Akarasa type. I will not drop one, and even in the thank yous. I have the thank yous from years of different
You
people.
can't read it; it's so small.
Right.
I found
I should have provided a magnifying glass with every single. I'm telling you,
I
people
found-
say
yeah.
my name's not on the album. I said yes, it is. Go get that magnifying glass.
I found Yaeli Carr misspelled.
Oh, how did I spell it? With a K or a C?
I don't know.
No?
I'm joking. But honestly, this is obviously all the choir members from all the years.
Yeah, and I keep on adding. I'm not taking off.
That means a boy that was in the choir 7-8 years ago, he's still going to be on these albums.
Yeah,
His name
I
is,
want him to buy it also.
right. But the picture, these are the boys, the ones that are featured here
Are
on the
present
album.
album.
The ones with the drummers. Wow. Anyway,
I want you to know something. So one of the things is
hey,
that
this is you, Mayor. Did you actually whack the snare?
No, not a bit.
It was only posed. It looks like they're actually playing drums. The one with there's one that the closing his ears with the drumsticks. anyway, we got to get to. So I'm gonna. Which one of you in the choir the longest? So they're all the same. You're all the same time.
Well, he's been the longest.
So
Benji.
Benji.
Benjamin.
So I'm gonna ask you. So how many you're on this album and on a previous album? You just in the recording of this album? How many albums are you on?
I'm on the.
Come closer. Come closer.
I'm on this one and the last one a little bit.
The sequel. So you came in towards the end of the recording of the sequel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mostly the I think like the 10th song, 11th. Pump it up.
Pump it. Okay, that's a good song to join the choir, and you're gonna pump it up. That's the one with the gas station.
Yeah,
right?
that music video, awesome. Nacha showed up over there.
Yeah. It's funny. But big shout out to
Gershi Moskowitz was there too.
big shout out to Yossi Zweig. And you didn't know that I almost showed up to that video
Wow,
shoot.
no, I
and the
didn't.
last minute, I couldn't make it.
Wow.
Yossi called me to come there. And the last, because you had the different people pulling up to, and the kids were pumping gas for the kids.
Yeah,
It was
it was an
go
amazing
check out
video.
that video.
Oh, you gotta check out that
It's
video.
a Purim video, right?
Amazing, I'm telling you.
So
the kids were all under the car. I was thinking of dropping the car on some of them, but I held myself. It was
So
really
actually,
good.
Yossi called me, and I was gonna come in the last second. So you didn't even know that.
No, I didn't.
Yossi's amazing. So big shout out to Yossi Zweig.
Yossi Zweig, the past two covers was involved with. Every kid was photoed at a different time. It was photoshopped. He put it all together.
Really, they're
created
not
the
all
whole-
standing together like that.
No, he created the whole
You
image.
see, you can't tell. You're not supposed to say that on there, but people should
it's
know.
Fine, it's
amazing.
fine. It's beautiful. The way he put the whole cover together and the whole layout.
Amazing.
Amazing. Really, really amazing. 32 pages. People ask me, why am I crazy? Am I crazy spending so much money on a cover to make such a... But you know something? It's so important for the kids who are in my choir to feel like they really...
Part of a real thing.
Part of a real thing. That's what I
100%.
want to give them their real
So,
credit.
Benjamin, I'm going to ask you, there's obviously recording in the studio. There's rehearsals. There's, being part of a music video where you probably have to do the same scene over and over and over again. And then there's and then there's actual live performances. And which I'm going to ask, and you could all think about this. I'm just asking first because in the choir the longest. What was probably which one is your favorite part of of being part of the New York Boys Choir?
Probably the live performances.
The live performances. What's that like? You get on stage and
It was like we're performing live in front of a lot of people.
so that gives you
The other ones, you're recording it and then people are listening to it. Since it's live, I like it the most.
you get the energy from the crowd, and that makes.
yeah.
So you believe you're singing better when you're in front of a live crowd.
Not really, but I have to try harder to be better.
You're working harder.
Since it's live.
That's a good answer. Very good.
Like the other ones, you get if you mess up, you can do it all over again, but not when you're in front of
you get one shot.
That's it.
You get one shot to do it. You go off and it's off.
Intensity, the thrill, the energy.
100%. There is a thrill of being in front of an audience. 100%. See, we come here, we just talk. We feel like we're talking to ourselves. We don't know, but we don't realize there are thousands of people listening to this, or they're yelling at the radio. Okay, stop it already. You know? But it's true when you're in front of a crowd and you get that energy. I know I've been on a stage, and when you announce somebody and the roar of the crowd comes back at you, there's nothing like it.
Oh yeah.
So,
Benji has been a wonderful choir member, very dedicated, very committed. His parents are very committed to helping out in the choir and being involved in the choir. I find that a lot of Baruch Hashem parents too, that are in the the children, you see where it's coming from.
100%.
It's an amazing thing.
And
So,
they say that the apple valt nicht weit van de boom,
yeah.
right? There you go.
amazing.
And who joined the choir next? Mayor.
Mayor Recht.
So Mayor Rechter. So what's some of your favorite moments? What do you feel is come closer to the mic so people could hear you? What do you feel? It could be the same answers.
So I have two.
Okay.
So live performances and recording in the studio.
You enjoy recording in the studio?
Yes, because he's a very nice guy to like hang out with and everything.
That's it.
But you don't have to spend thousands of dollars studio time to hang out with Yitzy Ball.
It's fun like working with him and everything. So it's a very like enjoyable thing to do. And then also live performances, like you really get you like when you're practicing and stuff, you don't realize what your goal. You're sitting there practicing, but you don't realize that in a couple months you're actually going to be performing this in front of like 2,000 people. When you're standing on stage, it's like, wow, I'm actually here, and it's like it's like a great feeling to be on stage.
100%.
That pinnacle. You feel that pinnacle.
You now you know what those months of work went towards.
It all pays off.
It all pays off. And so you're working, you're practicing, you're dancing. I'm assuming the choir does a lot of choreography on stage too, right?
Really.
So that probably, that
Energizes.
And that energy, and finally you're able to do it live on stage after months of preparation.
You could also put that feeling when you're recording in the studio. So when you're recording for like hours and hours and hours, you don't realize what's gonna happen. But like when the CD actually comes out, it's a really good feeling.
So what was your reaction when you held the Menagen the first time in your hand?
Well, the first
I can
time,
tell you because Mayor
time,
Richter called me up or left me
I
messages.
was crying.
It was unbelievable. He has also quite a few solos and.
Right.
Yep.
There you go.
The first time I heard the CD, I started crying.
You felt good about it. Wow, incredible.
Like imagine working on something for like a year and a half, and then suddenly just poof, it's in your hands.
Right. It's the same idea. Somebody has a hard time conquering a sugya, and he conquers the sugya, and he gets there, lahavdil, and he feels amazing.
I have to tell you, Yaeli, that I see it myself. I get the emails, I get the letters, I hear it from the parents how amazing this choir experience is. From the moment I started it, you see the reaction on the parents' face. They say, "My kid's coming home. He's happy. He's learning better in yeshiva. He has the confidence. He's getting more friends. He's involved." It's like wow, and it's a great feeling for me and for the kids.
100%.
And one of the things about our choir that's really very unique is that the practice itself is a very unique experience. It's warm, it's friendly, there's candy, it's cookies and singing and dancing, and it's a very warm environment.
Well, it is goal oriented. It has to be.
Right. No, the shows and the music videos and the CDs is the matara to give that kids that feeling. But each practice in itself, a lot of our songs are in English and they have meaning, so I explain it, and it's like. It's very interactive. Yeah, it's a beautiful experience. So the kids come out each week like with a real joy. They got something amazing out of the choir. So,
Tzvi.
Yeah.
So tell me, what's been your experience from all the either one that we mentioned, or if you have any of your own feelings or own emotions?
Because usually before a concert I'm like kind of nervous, and sometimes when I'm doing something that's very hard and it's in front of a lot of people, I say, no, I can't do it, but I can't just leave. So I do it, and usually everything works out okay. So then during some hard situations in life, then I say, look, I think back what happened before, and it works out good.
There you go. I noticed when you started talking, you were very nervous. And you started talking and you overcame it.
Like Sheikhanad for the Chazan.
The first time I davened for the Amr and Yom Noraim, I started Hamelach. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm davening for the Amr and Yom Noraim. I wish I had that same feeling today. But,
what a great answer.
But a great answer. But you were nervous before you start answering, right?
Yeah.
But you Now you're okay. You said your first word. Now you're ready to have fun the rest of the night,
That's
right?
it.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
So I'm gonna ask all three of you, Mayor, Binyamin, and Tzvi, your favorite song I'm gonna again. What's your Mayor? Your favorite song I'm gonna again?
It's
That's
ki-
a hard one,
this-
Mayor. Come on.
It's kind of like a biased
You gotta
opinion.
come closer to the mic.
I like B'toch HaKetzev the most.
B'toch HaKetzev.
I feel like there are like,
Yeah,
a lot
that's
of good like harmonies and
That
stuff.
that
we
that
like
song. I hope you have great dancers to that song.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
That's gotta be. You could be all over the stage doing great stuff. A great geschmack.
We were gonna perform it on. We just came off a 3-show tour with YBC Yeshiva Boys Choir, the Sephardic Boys Choir.
That was Chalamai. The Nagin
Chalamai
David
Sukkos.
Yeshiva.
Eli Gerstner calls me up. He says, "Yitzy, I want to do a show together with you guys. I think it's an amazing thing. You know, like an Achtas event."
Right.
It was amazing. Eli's a good friend of mine from years ago, but
Right.
you know, he was one of the earlier choirs on the block. I was one of the laters. I took it as a big compliment. You know, even though I've been in the music business maybe a little bit longer, but in terms of choir, I was very honored. Like you're calling us up to be on the same stage as
So there were
YBC.
3 choirs there, right?
It was awesome. They got along, the kids in the back, and it was
Wow.
such a great experience. And we were going to do B'toch HaKetzev. They cut it out because just of a certain amount of time. But that was one of the.
So
major
it
songs.
hasn't been performed live yet.
No, but we're going to be
Not
doing
yet.
it on Hanukkah.
Hanukkah
shows.
Hanukkah shows.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to talk about that in a few minutes. So you like B'toch HaKetzev and Binyamin, your favorite song?
I actually don't have a favorite. I like them all the same.
There you go.
I
16
really-
songs.
So
I really love
politically
them all.
correct.
Okay, so I'm going
You have to say
I
this.
love them all.
You say it. MBD.
And Mordechai Ben David. Yeah, Chana, go ahead.
MBD. We had on MBD when it came with Saka. So you earlier asked him, "What's your favorite song?" So MBD said, "Every song is like a child. How can you say that I like one over the other?" So therefore, Yitzy Bald, you have 16 children. And plus the members of the choir.
You have 16 children just I'm in our gang.
Oh, do me a favor. I have 1,000 cassette CDs. Whoever remembers what cassettes are.
Classic. We played that.
Were made up songs at 3 o'clock in the
By
morning.
the
My wife is
way,
saying,
Yes, Yerli asked me this. Can I send you an email?
Yeah, sure.
Classic Nagunim. I want to come out with a classic Yitzy Bald show from, let's say, the
Just
90s.
Yitzy Bald
Just Yitzy
compositions.
Bald compositions. They're from the 90s. You can come up with like 15 songs?
At least.
Okay,
least.
fine. At least. You know what?
One second.
We'll have a marathon.
Just from,
No, really.
just from Wald Williger and
The
Dax.
90s was my heyday. In terms
Right,
of
100%.
The Simcha songs. That's when I was writing. most of the
100%.
songs.
Although the first dance every night was Huklal Sameach,
Ki Hashem,
Ki Hashem.
Vayich Hashem.
They were all.
I have to tell you that this past week I played Tata.
Wow.
Because I said it's Aguda convention. My memory is my first Aguda convention, Motzei Shabbos, after the keynote session, Yitzy Bold and Camp Aguda guys and Rabbi Sher Zechron Levracha singing Vial Kane.
Wow.
Shlomi Dax did not come out with that album yet, but you were singing it there. Remember this? This is in Parsippany.
Yeah, I remember this.
So, but then when the story of Tata came out, so every year before the Aguda convention, I always say that we play Tata Tata.
There you go.
You know.
That story with
And
Tata.
by the way, but I'm gonna get back to Binyamin. I'm gonna get back to Binyamin. He said that it's that all 16 are right. But if I had to ask you right now, you're gonna sing a song. Which song would it be? Right now, we're not that we're singing a song yet. If you're gonna sing a song, which song would it be? I tell you, you gotta sing one song from this album. You have time for one song. What would it be?
Maybe A Sarah.
Hey Sarah, there's a second track on the nice, beautiful, slow song. I say he likes the pump and rock and stuff, and he likes the slow stuff.
I was gonna say before you called on him that I also really
Gotta talk
like,
into the mic. This is why I have the headphones, by the way. Like to say here at the left.
Here, what's going
Go,
on?
go closer.
I was gonna say before you called on Benjamin that I also really like as a slow song. I like Achenu. Achenu is a very nice song.
There you go. We're gonna talk about
Introduced
Achenu.
in Camp Aguda.
And played live on Leil Shishi 2 years ago.
That's right. By the way, Mayor Rechte, you should just know that we actually performed Achenu in Camp Aguda.
On Leil Shishi.
Because I made it up in Camp Aguda before I actually taught it to the choir. And
In
the
New York
voice
Boys.
choir.
Well, you did
And
it
we
in the
sang
cantata.
Right, we did it in the cantata. Then we sang it.
The kids, the guys were requesting it, so
Right.
that's why we sang it live.
We sang it live.
And you said then it's gonna be on the next New York Boys
I
choir.
tell you that I sing it Friday night with my boys.
Wow.
There you go. Achenu.
Yeah, beautiful.
We have another cantata song coming up. I'm not going to say the name on the air, but the choir knows it already, and it's really
There you go.
unbelievable.
Love it next year.
Tzvi, your favorite song on the album. And you can't say all 16. Because I know all 16 are your favorite. But if you had to sing one song now, what would it be?
Yachad.
Yachad. Yachad. Which one is Yachad?
The
Yachad is towards the back. Ooh, he goes all the way to Kadosh, Kadosh Hashem. He's a Yitzy. Tzvi would go with Yachad. If he would
Wow.
with Yachad.
Yachad, kulam, kulam. Wow.
There you go.
Song number 12.
Song number
Can you
all the way. So this is
Yeah,
Tzvi,
you never know,
who the
where
this
the
is you?
winners are.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why he has a soloist. That's why he's just one of the solos. That's why. I'm assuming all these boys are soloists, right?
They all actually do have solo. I try to give a lot of kids in the choir solos. Sometimes it's live that I give them the solos, not necessarily on the albums. It really depends. But
It
I try to give everybody a chance to shine. Very, very important.
There you go. So,
Some are solo and some are solo.
You have to deny it. You have to deny it in what he says.
I'm gonna tell you a quick story. Camp Graham, I ran the choir for 3 summers, and
Avi Rottenberg was
Avi Rottenberg was there to one summer show with a baby grand piano. Remember?
lost his album for 12 years or something.
It was a whole
The
Ray
Ray
album.
album,
Yeah.
lost, and
They found it. Joachim Briskman found it on his
Unbelievable.
doorstep. I don't know, all crazy stuff. But yeah. Anyway, but so we were. There was a parent called and said that their son has to be in the choir. Problem was he couldn't be in the choir, so I made him sing like this.
Anywhere.
It's early.
Anytime, for everyone.
We're gonna take a break and we're gonna come back right after this. We're here with Yitzy Bold and members of the New York Boys Choir.
Me and my pal say everything is fine, say everything is fine, say everything's alright. Got myself a brand new car at Plaza, all leasing. Me and my pal say everything is fine, say everything is fine, say everything's alright. Get yourself a brand new car at Plaza, all leasing.
Visit us at 2750 Nostrand Avenue in Brooklyn or call us at 718-975-9000.
718-975-9000. When you stop by or call, make sure to say hello to AB or Ellie, and of course tell them you heard about them. We're right here on Leil Shishi with Yaeli. Are you a pal yet?
And now, the show you've all been waiting for. Only on JRootRadio.com. Tens of thousands of listeners. Bringing you the very best in Jewish music. Leil Shishi with Yoeli. And here's your host, Yoeli Carr.
And we are back. Elchanan, I'm excited. Elchanan?
Yeah, I feel like it's back in the summer.
I feel
I feel a warm weather.
I'll tell you the truth. I know Yitzy came by good of fame. This Yitzy Ball brings me back to some amazing years at Yeshiva Torah.
Not that old.
No, I'm not that old either.
20 plus.
I'm not that old either, but
No, but those were really special years.
yeah,
Yeshiva Torah. Wow.
we had some great times.
Right.
Anyway, so
Did
that's.
Yoeli ever help you compose any of those songs?
I didn't compose. We just used to come
Used
up
to
and then
jam?
we used to
Yeah.
jam, and then either there and then or sometimes in the auditorium.
Oh, yeah.
Who's the drummer? Leshkowitz.
Yeah.
What was his first name? I can't remember. One of the Leshkowitzes. Probably a Rosh Yeshiva.
For sure.
One guy's the MC now, one guy's the Rosh Yeshiva.
No, he played drums. He was an amazing drummer, but then he I think
Leiby, maybe it was Leiby Leshkowitz?
I don't remember. One of the Leshkowitzes was a drummer.
Leiby Leshkowitz.
But yeah, and Yitzy would be playing either guitar or keyboard.
Yeah.
And it was just an amazing amount. Anyway, there's a wire there, so he has to go. Anyway, you know what? We have some amazing choir members here. And they mentioned some songs. They mentioned Achenu, they mentioned Yachad, they mentioned B'toch HaKetzev. The question is, do we want to first listen to something from the album and then come back and do some live music?
Yeah,
Or-
let's
do that. So
let's listen to a song from
So
the
which
album.
song from the album? So should we do B'toch HaKetzev?
Yeah, let's do
B'toch
B'toch
HaKetzev. That is track number 3. Here it is for you on Leil Shishi with Yaeli, JRootRadio.com. We're here with Yitzy Bold and members of the New York Boys Choir.
B'toch
like it is. I'll show them how to do it. Yeah. B'toch HaKetzef, brand new from Minagen.
With the rhythm.
That's with the rhythm. In the rhythm.
In the rhythm.
Got the rhythm.
Yeah. Very, you know,
B'toch
the
HaKetzef.
song is about...
So you know what's interesting? You have a lot of Ivrit type of songs on this album.
I love writing in Ivrit.
So where did you...
My mother was Israeli.
Oh, yeah?
She thought, Allah Hashem, she thought that I didn't know what she was talking about to my father because she was speaking in Ivrit. But I picked up on that. It's like my daughter now. When I speak in Ivrit to my wife, you know.
She knows exactly what you're
But
saying.
first of all, shout out to my wife Nava and the kids, of course. I'm sure they're going to be listening or they are listening.
Shabbos always send you the link.
Oh, absolutely. So my daughter always tells me, "Mommy, Abba, I know what you're saying." Yeah, so I write a lot of Ivrit. I feel like I'm able to express myself when I went into chinuch and I started to teach. So right prior to that, I had this wonderful Rebbe / teacher, Rabbi Winder, who taught me all about dikduk and Hebrew. And I picked up so much.
Because you write very.
Yeah,
I mean,
a lot of meaningful songs in Hebrew and in English, both. I like to express myself, so I'm a colorful person, creative, and I like to. I don't like just to take a pasuk from Tehillim, even though to David HaMelech and to all of Klal Yisrael it's very meaningful. But I want to express myself, so I find my way to do that through
but then
words.
you have a song like Achenu that you take.
Oh, absolutely.
Achenu, and
I definitely pull from psukim and things like that.
But
But just
even
randomly to slap. Sometimes people just slap a pasuk onto a rock beat, and it doesn't even make sense that they're
right.
they're
But
doing
even you have the song which the high part is Aguda Echos.
Correct. That was written in Aguda.
It was also,
Aguda.
but that's Aguda Echos, and the theme is Achdus and thing, and the low part is English lyrics about Achdus and being together. And
So I like to be very creative in lyrics.
Which you are.
That's what I try to do. So
years ago it was coming up with original psukim and Ma'amrei Chazal. Today it's coming up with original lyrics.
Right.
And then Nissim is getting antsy. He wants live music.
Oh, he wants this one there.
So I think could I make a request for a song?
Yeah, we could try.
From the album, new song.
Definitely try.
Achenu.
Oh, absolutely. Achenu is a really
I don't know if it'll be as good as when we.
But I wanted to ask if we can take a competition. I know this is.
Can we do it after the song?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
You want to do it? Yeah,
Yeah, because
okay.
people want to hear. They know that we have a few amazing. By the way, the idea of this is real. Yitzy Bold trains them, teaches them how to sing. Besides for the experience, they come out knowing how to sing and how to perform and things like that. So you're gonna hear it. What you're hearing now is like Binyamin said before, one chance. There's no takeovers, no redos. Just one chance, but you guys are gonna do great. Don't get nervous.
Yeah, so we're gonna do a very acoustic style, freestyle. You know, I'm playing my keyboard / piano. They're gonna sing.
We're gonna stand up, and they'll be close to the mic. Stand up,
and get that room sound.
There you go.
Okay, I'm gonna start with an introduction. It hits the core.
I promise you, I'm. This is gorgeous, pure, and this song is.
This is why I started the choir. Now you understand.
First of all, to hear these, they take such a.
You'd think that kids, they need to hear only fast songs. I'm telling you, when we come to those practices, you could see the neshama pouring out.
I just saw Mayor now. I mean, he did his solo. It's just incredible, and I'm sure the
they're amazing
are going to do the blend also. The three of them. It had such a
and
full.
it's the miking in the studio too.
Yeah. It sounded great, by the way, Yitzy. Don't worry.
I don't have the headphones on, but I'm sure. So you monitor.
No. At one point, I lowered the mic because we had to just balance it a little bit, but it was perfect. These guys are great. Were you nervous about this one, or it was okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's on it.
It's inevitable.
But you know something?
It's inevitable to be nervous when there are like millions of people watching.
So
we got a live stream here, so that's a lot of people watching.
There is a lot of people, Baruch Hashem, listening to J Root and to.
It's a natural reaction.
It's a natural reaction.
So do you want to have a competition?
We're gonna have a competition
on who's the best MC.
I say hands down.
I win. Yaeli, I know you've been an MC for many years,
Right.
but my kids, you know, when we're doing some Hanukkah shows.
You're emceeing your own show. The kids are emceeing the show.
Some of them might, and I'll
I was
do
hoping
them.
that I was gonna MC the show.
How much are you charging me?
Live on the radio.
Is
We'll talk, kids.
Maybe, you know.
Maybe. Anyway.
So you want to try this out?
Was this, I should show them how to do this?
No.
The problem is that I never read from a paper when I emceed, besides for once. By one of the Miami shows, Sroli Williger did by one of the Hask shows a bunch of imitations that he imitated singers.
I remember
So
that.
he redid it by one of the Miami shows. And I emceed it. But there, I had to read because it was timed by the music, and I had to give Sruli changed his costumes. And that was the only time I think I ever read an exact script.
It must have been so hard.
Your
Because you are Mr. Spontaneous.
One second, your Chmil gave me plenty of scripts, but I never went by the script. But I've done it. So the boys are going to do.
Well, let's see first how you're going to do.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. I never read it. It's the same thing. Both of them are the
Good.
same. There you go.
Let's see what you make out of this. I spelled it right, so it should be good.
Ladies and gentlemen, life is like a dreidel. Nes gadol hayasham. You never know how things will end up. The main thing is to remember. The main thing to remember is that when you spin that dreidel, have a positive attitude and trust in Hashem. That things will turn out great. Gimel is for great. Keep that in mind and happy spinning. And welcome the New York Ball. Oh, this is not going into that.
Nice gadol.
Oh yeah, Paul. And so who's gonna try this now?
Okay, so we're gonna have each one
We're gonna
try.
have
We're
Tzvi's gonna try.
gonna see if you can compete with that like excitement. You see that excitement?
And make sure. See, but the truth is, it wasn't fair. I didn't practice it, so
No, and you did
I made
amazing.
one mistake.
Okay,
But that's a normal mistake to say where to put the is. I said, remember, the main thing is, and I said,
right.
no, but I
see?
said the main thing to remember
that's
is.
just my poor grammar.
It probably is. And I said, Tzvi's gonna try it.
See, you're gonna give it all you got. Okay, here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, life is like a dreidel. Nes gadol hayasham. You never know how things will end up. The main thing to remember is when you spin that dreidel, have a positive attitude and trust in Hashem that things will turn out great. Gimel is for great. Keep that in mind and happy spinning.
And what's the greatest show in the world?
J-Root Radio.
There you go.
Oh yeah,
It's a great
now, that's
station.
great. That's great practice for you, Bar Mitzvah Pshetel. I'm telling you, that confidence.
There you go, Benjamin. Let's see what you got.
Ladies and gentlemen, life is like a dreidel. Nes gadol hayasham. You never know how things will end up. The main thing to remember is that when you spin that dreidel, have a positive attitude and trust in Hashem that things will turn out great. Gimel is for great. Keep that in mind and happy spinning.
There you go.
By the way, this is the introduction to our next song, Nes Gadol Hayasham.
Oh, you're doing it live?
Well, just the high part.
The high part, okay.
We'll see if we have enough time for that.
We'll see. Okay. And now we're going to hear Mayor. Mayor does it.
You better, come on.
Knock it out of the park.
Okay.
I mean, they were great, but...
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, life is like a dreidel. Nes gadol hayasham. You never know how things will end up. The main thing is
You gotta change it, Yitzy.
You gotta change it.
The main thing to remember is that when you spin that dreidel, have a positive attitude and trust in Hashem that everything will turn out great. Gimel is for great. Keep that in mind, and happy spinning.
Happy spinning.
All right, guys.
There you
Wow.
go.
So who's the winner? Who's the winner? Nissim. Oh, it's like your child, right? Everybody's good.
There you go. They all did it great. So what are we doing now? What about lives?
Different, you know. I like the first one because it was like a little bit more young and fresh. And all of them was.
There you go.
Nissim found the Mila in each one.
That's it.
There you go.
Positive attitude.
Positive attitude. They all did great. So what song are we doing now?
So this is Neis Gadol Yasham.
So this is on this album.
On the album, it's one of the
Which
bonus
was
tracks.
Which was originally a music video.
Music video, oh yeah.
Which video was that? That was
We did in Judaica Plus in 5 towns.
Cedarhurst.
In Cedarhurst, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing. It was
Yeah.
so nice. David all over it. It was very nice.
There you
to
go.
us.
So
Gave us
let's-
the store.
So we're gonna do this and see what we can do. Okay, so you guys are gonna stand up and sing this. Okay. Try to
This is
set up
Neis
the
Gadol
mic.
Yasham, just introduced. Okay. 1, low part. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
חיים ונמשל סביבם, איננו משיגים את הסוף התוצאה. כל החיים ונמשל סביבם, העיקר מקווה אל השם,
כל החיים
ונמשל סביבם, איננו משיגים את הסוף התוצאה. כל החיים ונמשל סביבם, העיקר מקווה אל השם, שנס גדול עולה לך. נס גדול היה שם סביבנו סוף סוף, נס גדול היה שם סוף סוף סוף. נס גדול היה שם סביבנו סוף סוף, נס גדול היה שם סוף סוף סוף. נס גדול היה שם סביבנו סוף סוף, נס גדול היה שם סוף סוף סוף. נס גדול היה שם סביבנו סוף סוף, נס גדול היה שם סוף סוף סוף.
Neis Gadol Yasham. I see Yoeli's wanting to drum.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see him drum, getting into the
Table bass.
table. So this was an acoustic version. But on the album, you hear with like
Yeah,
the whole full
arrangement, the whole
arrangement.
song. There you go.
So this is Neis Gadol Yasham. Every life is like a dreidel, and we hope that everybody ends up on the gimel over
Oh, the
there.
gimel.
Every day we daven for that gimel.
There you go.
Life should be
Life
great.
Should be great.
J Root should be great. Everything should be great.
It is great, but it's going to be
It's
great.
going to be even greater.
There you go. So, Yitzy, I didn't ask you.
Please.
Which is your favorite song on the album? Now, don't tell me the Mordechai David part. I'm sure you have your. You know what? All of them are your favorite. If you had to sing a song right now, which one would it be?
You know something? I think Achenu is one of my favorites.
Achenu is one of your favorites.
Achenu and Ace, the slow songs really have a special place by me.
Right, but it's interesting.
Era,
But it's interesting because you have more fast songs than slow songs. on the
Right, well,
album.
people don't have the patience to listen to 16 slow songs. Not anymore. I mean, listen, I don't know. People told me originally I should put out an all-slow album with all my cantata songs. I have like hundreds of them, and it would be
Right.
great. I'm thinking of putting out an a cappella album this year with the choir, all slow stuff,
Right,
or
that
maybe,
would be-
or maybe with acoustical version with all slow songs.
Right.
The question is how well it will be received in terms of sales. Because slow, it's really hard. People don't have necessarily the patience unless you're 40 plus.
Right, but honestly, if you look back, that a lot of the hits of the years have been slow songs.
Oh yeah, because one or two of them, but to sing 12 straight.
No, not 12 straight.
Right.
No,
Right,
I'm
but
not saying
it's
12.
true. Right, the hit songs.
A lot of
Baruch Levine's beautiful stuff.
Right, I'm
Miami's
saying that,
beautiful stuff. Yassi's beautiful stuff. A.B. Rottenberg's beautiful stuff.
You know.
A lot of composers came up with Shlomo Carlebach. I mean,
Right, so I'm saying a slow song to say that people don't want to hear it. That's recently.
Brazil.
Right, we've had some great
Yeah,
stuff.
Beautiful, beautiful stuff.
Yeah,
So Achenu is definitely one of my
Achenu's one of-
favorites. Yeah.
Yeah.
Last year's cantata was the first time you played that? You sang it?
Last year.
It was yeah, it was last year's
You
cantata.
wrote it for that?
For the cantata. It's an amazing siyata d'shmai. Rabbi Shimon Finkelman comes up to me literally a week before. He says, "These are the themes," and I have to write 4 new songs. I basically within a week write 4 brand new songs.
But you're writing it once you know what the words are going to be. You're not going to sit down and do a tune and then later stick it to words that
Usually he gives me a theme, and I start, figuring out which words to use or which psukim or which of my own words. But yeah, it's very thematic. It's based on.
But Achenu, I mean.
Well, it had to do with the play.
Right, but Achenu also. I mean, first of all, there's the famous Abirat and you had Achenu on Shlomo Darks, right? Or that wasn't.
No, that wasn't mine. But
that wasn't your song, but it's a beautiful song.
Yeah.
So there are. That's like sometimes to take words that are like attached to a song, and to make it. But
well,
this
one is really touching.
Yeah.
I really felt that even though Abi's is the legend of Achenu's, but this one is maybe even a close.
It has very close.
It really has a lot of.
Has potential.
It has a lot.
They just sang it with such hearts that it's.
I mean, people are sending me video clips of them kids singing it on bus rides, going to trips. Achenu as a Kumzit song. So Baruch Hashem, it really. Yeah. Yeah.
Are we gonna do anything else live, or because we only have like 5 minutes left? Are we gonna do anything?
Oh no, I think we're gonna play some stuff from the album. I think the
play
boys really, you know.
So I'm just gonna ask them each one more question. I'm just gonna ask each a question. It's the same question, so I think you could, you know, are you happy that you joined the New York Boys Choir? We're gonna start with you, Tzvi, but you gotta come close to the.
Yeah.
Yeah, for what? What's the reason? What's the main reason? Obviously, the live performance. But what are you gaining personally out of being in the New York?
Self-confidence.
Self-confidence. Very good. Amazing. And what about you, Binyamin?
Yes, I'm happy.
Yeah, right. We know the answer is yes. If not, you wouldn't be.
Oh, this is all staged, right?
What do you feel you're benefiting from the choir?
I just like singing Jewish songs and the choreography.
You enjoy doing the choir.
Yeah.
What about you, Mayor?
So, I love New York Boys Choir so much because, like, before, my mind is always like thinking about music and everything, and like, New York Boys Choir is just like an outlet for me because if I didn't have it, there would be no way to like express the music and everything. It's like, I really love New York Boys Choir.
There you go.
Lets you express yourself.
There you go. We love the New York Boys Choir too. Anyway, we're gonna. Tzvi mentioned before Yachad. That's right. That's what you said.
Yeah.
Right.
Yachad. So no, we shouldn't go there.
We
have one song.
It's a beautiful song. I think. I think I want to end off with one song that.
It's your call.
I think we're gonna end off with one song that I think is very cool, very unique. It could. I don't know if I found my shidduch this way, but they say that this pasuk helps you find things whenever you're looking for it. This Mamar Chazal.
We played it last week, Susaman.
Oh,
we played it last. But you want to play that? Let's do it live. We're doing it live.
No, I think we're gonna do it on the.
We're gonna start playing it, Susaman. It's track number 6, I believe, right? And here it is. And we're gonna the last 2 minutes. We're gonna open the phone lines at 718. 683-5858, 718-683-5858 for a quick Shabbos comment, the Yitzy Bold and members of the New York Boys Choir. Here is Susiman from New York Boys Choir on the most recent album, Minagain.
I
Wow. Susumin.
Actually. It's really Suman. I call it Becheska Suman, but I played all
Anyway, we have 1 minute. Let's see who we got on the phone to say hello to us. You're gonna hear. Don't worry. You are on there. What is your name? Hello? Hello, you're on there. What's your name? Anybody home? You are on there. What is your name? Anybody there? Listen, what's going on? Hello, you're on there. What's your name? You are on there. What is your name? Next. You are on there. What's your name?
Ellie Ehrman.
Who?
Ellie Ehrman.
Ellie Ehrman. What do you want to say?
His brother.
Oh, it's your brother.
A big shout out to Tzvi Ehrman.
Yeah, big shout out to Tzvi Ehrman. Beautiful. Anyway, very good. There you go. Are you proud? And Moshe Amada. Do you know, are you proud of your brother Tzvi?
Yes.
How old are you? I'm assuming he's your younger brother, right?
No.
The older brother. Ooh, wow. He's the one that came with you to the door before? There you go. Beautiful.
Thank you for bringing him.
Thank you so much. Anyway, very good. Thank you for calling. You are on there. What is your name?
Hello?
Yeah, hi. What's your name?
And
Next. You are on there. What is your name? Hello, you're on there. What's your name?
Hello?
Yeah, hi. What's your name?
Tova.
Tova, what do you want to say?
First of all, I got when it came out, and I love it. We didn't stop listening to it ever since. Second of all, the live music is really cool. And my favorite song on the album is Achenu, and we love you too.
There you go. She enjoyed the live music and she loved Achenu.
Thank
you so much.
Tova.
That means a lot. Anyway, our final call of the night. You are on the air. What is your name? You are on there. What's your name? I guess not. You are on there. What's your name?
Hello?
Yeah, hi. What's your name?
Mando Olowitz.
What do you want to say?
It's very great.
Yeah, do you have the CD yet?
No.
Okay.
I like it.
You like it. Since you are the last caller of the night, Yitzy Bold is going to leave a copy of Minagain for you right here in the studio. Wow. You call back tomorrow and Nissim will tell you how to get this copy of Minagain, okay?
What's the address?
We'll get, stay on the line. Stay on the line, and Nissim will give you and tell you how to come pick it up from the studio. Thank you so much. Great way to end the show.
Oh, beautiful.
Anyway, Yitzy, thank you so much.
Yeah, I appreciate it. The boys appreciate it. I can't even tell you how much you do. What you do for Klal
It's not
Yisrael,
about it's not me, but it's about you should have the koyach, and Hashem should give you the strength and the b'chain and das to be able to compose great Jewish music. Amen. It's not just for today; it's for future daughters. These songs are going to be sung in the Beis Hamikdash and Hashem with Mashiach. And thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Tzvi, Binyamin, and Meir. Thank you so much for joining us. And hopefully Hanukkah, you have a great time performing, make us proud. Make us proud. Thank you so much. And as we always say, a thank you to Plaza Auto Leasing. Thank you, Nash Express. Thank you, Alchanan. Thank you, Nissim. Thank you to all our great listeners. And remember, always be besimcha.